Alrighty. Yellow. 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 And yes, I do say yellow like the color. I like that. I like that a little bit better than with the traditional. Yeah. Um, I just real quick before we jump into today's reading, I just want you to get comfortable. Get really comfortable. Cause I don't know, I'm just being called to say this. Get comfortable. Get your tea, keep your shoes off, relax, lay down. Uh, you may even want to write some stuff down. Like you may have some ideas that may pop in your head. So you might even want to pause this and get you a notebook or something, get something to write with. Because you may think of something while you're listening. And you don't want to say, well, yeah, when I finish listening, I'm going to, whatever. Something tells me that you may have to, some of you, maybe even just one of you, I don't know. It's not everybody, but you may want to have to write this down. All right. I don't know, I just feel lazy today. And I most definitely plan on spreading that out a little bit on this podcast today, okay, on this episode. Like, it's laid back, eat your little food, and I have an airplane here. I don't think you guys can hear the airplane though. I may need to listen back and check. But I'm gonna wait for that to pass by. I'm actually gonna put the music a little closer to the plane as possible. Maybe you can try to play it. But yeah, take the time you need to settle in and relax on this one, okay? Ooh, my ears, bro. I feel a lot of pressure on my ears yesterday and today. I don't know. My sinuses have been doing better. I don't know what's going on today. And if you can't, if I'm talking too low at the moment, it's fine. I haven't really started yet. I'm still letting these plans go by, to be honest. Just in case you wonder. Okay. All right. And so also let me know about the music as well, because usually it's only loud enough for me to hear. But I brought it a little closer to the microphone today. I don't know. I'm feeling the whole vibe today. First of all, let me tell you what happened before I forget. Okay. So I was writing because I started. This is another continuation from a mini read that I posted on my TikTok account, right? And you know how when you're typing, I type, it feels like I'm channeling the message, right? And the download is coming in as far as the message goes, it's coming in, right? Just for some of you that don't know, because I sometimes I use certain terms, and I hope you know what I mean, what I'm talking about. If you don't, feel free to comment and ask, and I'll let you know, because for the most part, I just assume most people that listen to readings already know, but that's not the case all the time, because I do have to remember when I was a beginner and first started listening to readings, there was certain things I didn't understand. I had to go to the comments. Or I intuitively figured it out, but that was just in case. But yeah, I was getting the message, right? The message was coming into me, and I'm typing it, and usually I just let myself go, right? And sometimes I'll pause and look at my grammar and stuff like that, but I usually just look over it after I'm completely finished. Well, today I was kind of just keeping up with it, going with the flow. I wasn't going too fast. I didn't have to just write it all out and then do all the editing. So I was like, okay, well, it should be good, but I'll always give it that one last look over before I make any posts, right? And everything was fine. No grammar mistakes. Everything was good until I got to the end of the message, and let me pull up what it's supposed to say here, just in case you haven't seen it. Let me read that. Let me go to it here. Okay. And so the ending of the message, right, was where you are isn't important. Where you're going is where the focus should be, right? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I looked over it, it said where you are isn't important for us. And then it said on, and then the rest of the sentence. And I was like, where did that come from? I had no idea where that came from. And with this reading, it does tap more so into like your like there's a large number of us. I feel like it's pretty much near all of us are here to break ancestral just habits, ancestral things. It's just history, like it's not gonna repeat itself with us. We're here to make changes. We are history now. You know, like people are going to be talking about us, talking about this particular time, you know, in the future. I feel that way. Like I feel like this is a amazing time. This is an amazing time to be here. This is a very amazing time. If you're having a hard time, like you're part of this story, we all are. We're all superheroes at this point. We're all supernatural. We're all superheroes at this point, right? And we're all gonna be legends out here. Okay, we're gonna be reading about ourselves. Okay, so when I read it and I know that this type of like vibe that it's on, I was like, yo, OMG. I'm like, did they said where you are is important for us. Like, and for when it says that, I immediately got the feeling that they were saying, like, those were the ancestors, and they were saying, like, because a lot of people, you're living up to, like, certain grandparents or farther back than that, like you have this family thing and it's almost like a family tradition to do like the traditional stuff, uh do things or celebrate things or work in certain fields. Like you're pretty much doing things because it runs in the family. There's a lot of people that do things because it runs in their family. I teach a certain way, I learn a certain way, I act a certain way because it runs in the family. Now also, and I'm a fan of Billy Carson. Billy Carson was talking about like DNA, right? And how we can go back. I think he said up to like 14 generations is within our DNA, right? And so I've seen multiple, not just him, but multiple videos where they're saying like a lot of sometimes you ever had a fear of something and you don't know where that fear came from, and it could possibly that could play a part. It's because a few generations ago or a generation ago, whatever the case may be, like a lot of things get pretty much everything, certain information and stuff like that gets passed down in your DNA, right? And so you end up inadvertently having certain emotions or feelings, that run along with that, right? And so I really feel like the ancestors is really making sure that I mentioned that, like that I made you aware of the fact that you're not gonna let anybody down. Not being you, not living your life is where the failure comes in at. You know? Trying isn't trying and you assuming that you haven't succeeded in a certain thing, we call that failure, whatever the case may be. But I don't even see it that way. I see it as growth because either way it goes, whatever happened, whatever happened, it happened the way it should have been. Like whichever way you go, whichever outcome that you have, right? It was meant to be. Like you were meant to be in a certain place at a certain time. Like if you can just accept that and embrace it, you'll look at life completely different. And before you know it, it's like it's harder and harder to find things that actually trouble you or bother you or stress you out. Before you know it, it's pretty much like a stress-free life, really. But anyway, so moving forward, I just want to put that out there real quick. So let's just go ahead and jump into the reading. So I pulled today. I did pull from my Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Now, mind you, when it comes to my Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, uh, they do have like full-on descriptions, right? From a book, from the little booklet that it came with. But I intuitively, I just kind of butchered the word just a bit. I need to slow down, talk so fast. I intuitively like get the message. Because I mean, it does come with like the tiny little description at the bottom of them, with the name of the card itself. But I always have like I think I read the book maybe twice. I probably looked in it maybe twice because I don't know, it just feels better for me. Like, and I always usually be like right on point anyway. So it just always feels better to like look at the picture or the description and then form, or channel my own message from it. And this always felt way better. And I've always, like I said, been up the right alley. So if you do see my posts on TikTok or wherever they are, I think, yeah, my Instagram too. Now, if you're on my website, I do have my Instagram connected to my website for that purpose. So if you do need a visual, I do post these on there. And that way you don't necessarily have to follow me on any, it's like I'm trying to make my website one place, like one little hub. And I also created it to be a safe place for us to also talk and learn and teach each other and go over certain things. So if you had any questions or if just anything, like if you're just having a hard day and you just want to reach out, you can most definitely go on there, become a member. And of course it's free. I try to make things as free as possible. There's like certain tiny little things there that if you want to indulge in, and then it branches you off to like third party, or whatever the case may be, that you're on there. If that's mostly like, okay, that's just that. But there's a lot of free features, of course. But mainly, I wanted to create like this group, the circle of the collective, so you have a place where you can chat and talk like that. So if you had more things on your mind, if you had more questions, you don't necessarily need to buy a reading from me. Like, you can go right on there and start a chat, or you can contact me on my website, and I'll most definitely answer, a question or two. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit there and pull cards and give you. Sometimes I might, though, to be honest. I feel like once I get enough people, and I'll have you guys, like, I'll pick a certain number of people or pick at random, and I'll do like free readings on there. So, because I'm not, yeah, I'm not like that. Like, I don't mind doing freebies and stuff like that. Like, I love helping, I love assisting. And sometimes you can't, like, even if the reading is $10, some people just can't afford it sometimes. And we can also talk about how to manifest. So, it's we can talk about pretty much anything on there, as long as you're respectful of each other and of course myself. But just be mindful that everybody's not where you are, and there's no such thing as a dumb question. Like, I don't want that to be, you know what I mean? I really want people to feel safe and feel like if they feel alone, or if you feel like you don't have anybody, you can go on there and we can all support each other. So anywho, so as far as the angels and ancestors, I got the elder, which I keep putting the on stuff, and it's not the, but it's elder, and it's move beyond ancestral patterns. Oh, that was a bad way to put it, didn't I? Oh, I said earlier. My bad, y'all. That was a great way to put that. Yeah, move beyond ancestral patterns. That family tradition stuff. Some stuff, if you don't feel it in your heart of hearts, then it's okay to do your own thing. Start your own traditions. You know what I mean? And then we have seer. See beyond the current situation. Now, mind you, the topic of the reading today, sorry guys, I should have started with that, but I felt like the message from the ancestors was more important. But the topic was career. So this is mainly around career. And to be honest, I feel like career plays a whole lot more of a part in our lives than we tend to admit. Like, if you really think about it, career is pretty much the majority of your day, of your life, especially working like 9 to 5. And I don't know, I think it's just, and that's a whole nother conversation for a different time, because we got a lot to unpack here. But I may go back into that. Now, previous episodes I've touched on it, and I've made like certain opinions about it. But I think I might, and I might actually have a special guest. So we have more. Two heads is better than sometimes. sometimes. But anyway, but I may have a guest just to have, someone else's opinion, so mine doesn't just seem like, one-sided, of course. And I haven't had a guest on in a while either, so that'll be nice. But anyway, hey, and if you want to be a guest, I'm not opposed to that. Hit me up, reach out to me if you want to be a pop-up guest. And you have some things, you want to say, get off your chest, or you agree, or even if you disagree, like, we can have a healthy, exchange there, And because I love seeing other point of views, you know what I mean? And I think it'd be very lovely. So yes, if you want to be a pop-up guest, most definitely hit me up on my website. Let me know. Because I don't think I have my personal email. I don't think, or my business email. I'm not too sure if I have it posted. But you can also email me if you like. Whichever way, you feel comfortable. Whichever way. That was, what was type of English was that? But you know what? If you haven't noticed by now, or if this is your first episode, I'm a little country. And I love it. I love being different. I don't really like talking the traditional way. I just hope that you can understand or understand or overstand me. That's it. I'm trying. Listen, and anytime you hear someone like changing certain forms of words, like I prefer to say understand than understand, because I went down a long rabbit hole, y'all. I went down a deep rabbit hole and was like I really learned like the nature of like certain root words and things like that. And understand, don't get me wrong, it's not necessarily a bad word. I don't really, it's just the intention, like when it was created, it's a little, the water's a little murky there. So I try to, change it. Sometimes people think, oh, y'all just trying to use spiritual people. Y'all just, like, no, this is actually real facts. Like, this is legit stuff here, legit information. Like, a lot of us use words or just things in general that we have no idea. We just let people, give these things to us, teach us these things, and we didn't ask any questions. And sometimes you got to do a little research and ask a few questions. Because let me tell you something. If you look up some of these words and you realize the meaning and why they were created, and like the word understand or the word boss, things like that, you will be a little surprised. It'll make you be like, oh my goodness. Because you look up food, you look up water, fruits, vegetables, and everything was messed with to a certain degree. And it's like, before you know it, you got to change everything. You're like, what's healthy? What words can I use? Like, what the hell? So, but, just do what you can, what you can remember it. Like, to me, if I still say understand, I'm not too hard on myself or anybody else. Like, you have some people that, to me, I feel like they do a little too much. And they go all for it. They get real. They correct you each and every time. Especially if you're the one that brought it up. Like, well, I thought you said understand. Like, whatever, man. Okay? I'm riding the wave, all right? I remember when I remember, okay? I'm not going to be hard on myself, and I'm not going to let you do the same thing. So, yeah. Anywho, moving on, y'all. Moving on. I don't want to keep opening up, kids. I don't want to. There's so much unpacking this one reading. I'm trying to stay focused, y'all, because it's just so much sometimes. Things branch off, Okay. So, yeah, but those were the two ancestral cards we got. We got Elder and we got Seer. And pretty much seeing beyond your current situation and, moving beyond ancestral patterns, right? As far as, career is concerned. And then as far as the tarot cards we get, I pulled from my Wild Unknown tarot deck. Yeah, so I'm laughing because I was about to say something. But I'm not going to say that. But anyway, so the card that we got here, we got the Star, we got the Fool, we got Two of Wands, beautiful, and we got Temperance, and we got Seven of Swords again. Temperance came out yesterday. I think Temperance, I know for sure it came out yesterday, but I'm not sure if this is the third or second time it came out. But second for sure. Just don't remember if I put it out like day before yesterday. I can't remember. But so we got Temperance, and then we got the Seven of Swords. Now listen, as far as the Seven of Swords is concerned, it's two sides to this, right? On one hand, with the Seven of Swords, it's more so. Which one was it? Hold on, because I have it written down here. Because I've been trying to remember, y'all. Cause it be so much that comes in like when I'm downloading. What did I write down? Hold on, that's not the right note there. Oh, here it is. Strategic planning as far as career goes. making the right plans. For some of you, it's making the perfect plans, because I did touch on this last career reading I did, where you would have to plan a little bit better as far as leaving your 9 to 5, right? So for some of you, you can just jump off the boat right now. There's a life raft out there, and you're close to the shore. Like, some of you are very close. You can go ahead and make that move. You can make that leap. Which also goes back to the fool part about like making that leap of faith. Then others of you, you have to make sure that you plan well enough. And I'm getting that it's two heads to that, two heads. It's two sides to that coin too. It's two sides to that coin, because you have where it's only for you to emotionally be satisfied with the decision that you make when you leave. And then for others of you, it's so you can be financially, assured, like, and comfortable when you leave. Now, that was two sides to one of those two sides, right? Focus, just keep up with me. Try your best. Try your best to keep up with it. I'm sorry. Now, going back to the first hand, right? The other side of that is that this card has came up a lot. It's come up a lot. And I keep feeling like somebody is being deceived or is deceiving. Okay? There's some lies. There's some secrets. Because it keep coming up too much, and I feel like it's just smacking me in the face or like in my back. Like, it's just, I keep feeling like it's like punching me at this point, because I'm like, what am I missing? Like, what message am I not getting across here? Okay, because somebody, the picture, the way the picture's looking at me, I feel like somebody's watching you. Not in a creepy way, not in like a stalker, like creepy way, but in like a hater type of way. There's someone who is pretending that they support you. There's somebody who's pretending to be like, and they're kind of good at it, but it's starting to wear off. Their invisible cloak that they have is starting to wear off, and you're starting to see it, but you're not sure, because they haven't given you any previous evidence. Is what I'm getting. They haven't given you any other reason except for lately. You've been getting this feeling like, I don't know about this person. You're right, and it's snip, because it's like they're the type of person that they'll sit with you. I'm painting this picture that, like, say for example, like you're in your kitchen, they're sitting at your counter, right, and they're like giving you all these ideas, right, to help you with, because a lot of this now is moving and doing what you're passionate about. I feel like this person is jealous, and it's not you. It's just the fact that it's just the fact that they. I'm sorry, I ain't like how I heard that gun just now in the song, so I'm gonna skip that. Sorry, yeah, it's good vibes. I don't really want to hear, and I just got to play in the background. But, and that's another thing. I don't like the timing of that song either. Like, like it was locked and loaded. So whoever this is, they've had like a shared. I'm getting they had a shared passion, right? For some of you, like they share the passion. There's something similar to the same passion. Like, say for example, if you're a singer, and it doesn't even matter who's more talented. Like, that's not even the case. They can even be more talented. It's just that they don't have the oomph and the get up and go. They don't have it like you do. So they'll sit in the background and give you ideas. They'll do this and they'll do that. Now, if they're helping you, stop letting them help you. Stop letting them help you. They're the type of person that'll help you write a song, and they will ride your coattail till you make it big, just so they can sit and really kind of squander off of that and be like, well, I need, and you can pay them, you can do all of that, but they don't want that. They want to be on a song. They want a career. It ain't no group, ain't no duo, ain't no they would want to pretty much, as soon as you pop out, right, and you get popular enough, they're gonna want you to quote unquote do the same thing they did for you. All right, they're gonna want that from you. I did this for you, I did that for you, I helped you, and you're gonna feel guilty about it. You feel inclined to do so, like, well, like, yeah, you're right, you did. But this type of person that they'll throw 100 ideas out there at you just to say that they did. They will try to give you, and I'm downloading this, y'all. This is all coming in. I don't know where it's coming from. Well, I do know where it's coming from, but this message is coming in. I wasn't expecting it to be like this, but which is beautiful too. But they're the type of person that they would throw 1,000 ideas hoping that one would stick. But it's one of those things where you really could have brainstormed it yourself too. It's like someone telling you to write about something. It's like a bunch of generic ideas that you would have thought of on your own, but you were so busy thinking of other things that you're not, really, you know what I'm saying? Like you really wasn't thinking about it. So you may have thought about it. And then you could have told them like, yeah, I did think about writing something about that. And they still want the credit for that. Well, it's like they're not gonna want to do the hard work themselves. They're too afraid to do the hard work themselves. They're too afraid to go off and do their own thing and do it separately. And then, because you know how some people you don't even like. For example, you have quote unquote celebrities, right? And you have two celebrities that group together, knew each other, whatever the case may be, and you never even knew until they pop out with like pictures, and then someone does like an interview, and they're like, "Oh, y'all went to elementary school?" You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be that. That's what you're seeing it like. They're not gonna be that way. They're not trying to be on that. They'll be the type that come out and be beefing with you. You know how those stories come out all of a sudden, where oh, this person is not what y'all think they are. Oh, they acting brand new. They left me behind. We grew up together, and they forgot about where they came from. That's the type of person they're going. That's the type of vibe they're going to be on. Like they don't want, and that's only if they don't. You can give them the shirt off your back, and you can try to push their stuff. But the thing is, if they don't have the heart now, they're not going to have the heart later. They don't even know. They don't even realize that. You're not going to have that strive later if you don't have it now because you're not going to. You didn't earn it. And you're not going to appreciate it. So when that time does come, there's nothing you can do to satisfy this person. It's all about them and self growth, and they're too afraid to do it themselves. So it'll just never work out. Like it's you'll never be able to do enough. They kind of already showing you signs of that now. They kind of showed you that when you were younger. I feel like this has been a friendship like for a while, and you just it's almost like being in an actual relationship. It's like any other relationship when it's hard to cut someone off because you love this person, you trust this person, but time changes, things change, and some people change, some people don't. And you're growing and they're being stagnant, and there's nothing you can do to force them to grow or help them grow. Like they're just not with it right now. And you may know some things that they've been through, and that may play a part, but you can't heal for them. Okay, you can't. It's not new. Like you can't heal for them. You can't change this person. Like and this person, the more you grow, they're acting like they're celebrating with you, but low key, deep down inside, they just want to be in your shoes, like actually in them. They don't want to earn to get their own shoes. Like we can wear the same pair of shoes, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to go out and get their own pair of shoes. They want to literally just have yours and not worried about you being barefoot. But yeah, so yeah, you might want to. This career reading is turned into overall reading. And let me pull one more card here on as far as the friend goes. I really feel like this is like a best friend. Let's see what this. Ooh, okay. We got 10 of swords. Yeah, let that connection go. Yeah, you got to learn from the past at this point. And this could be. Listen, I just get like some dark energy there. Like I get a lot of backstabbing. I don't know. I see it, and when I said it earlier, right? When I said that it's like the card is smacking me in the face or smacking me in the back, like I felt like backstabbing, but I stopped myself from saying that, and I kept it at smacking me in my back, like you smack someone in my back. And I wasn't gonna say stabbing, but I was like, no, I'm gonna keep it there because I don't want to jump the gun or anything and say something that whatever. But no, that's it. that's confirmation right there. I feel like there'll be a lot of stabbing in the back. Now, with the Ten of Swords, for you, it represents that you're going to survive a disaster. And this person is only going to make that worse. I don't think you'll end up surviving or doing as well from whatever might happen. They might be the disaster. They might be cutting them off. Maybe you surviving as that disaster. That person is a disaster. Okay, so that makes okay. It started to come in. I wasn't too sure because I'm just so lovely, and I don't want to, like I said, I do not provoke fear because you have nothing to be afraid of whatsoever. Like, you have absolutely nothing. You got this, baby. You got this, okay? That's why you're here. You got this. But yeah, this person, I don't care what y'all been through. I don't care what happened. It is what it is. Now, I'm not saying that they may not grow later on, but them riding your coattail that you've been there for them all the time, they're not going to grow. It's not going to change because you're the type of person, you will carry this person with you and you will take care of this person, and it's never going to be enough. And you know this, though. You know this. Like, whatever sad song you've sung with them or you know of about them because y'all grew up together, whatever the case may be, because they let you in on all of the things or the trauma that they've been through, they need to go it alone now. Okay? They need to go it alone because misery loves company. Okay? And it's not necessarily like they're going to drag you down and you're not going to make it. The thing is, you're going to make it. You're going to prosper. Right? You have plenty of abundance. But they don't have no energy of their own. And they're just going to keep feeding off of yours. They're not creating any of their own energy. Like, they're ciphering everything from you. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. You have to. Because when you do get, they can be your downfall. When you do get there, it's not a point of them keeping you from there. Because you're going there. They may bring you back down, though. And then they're going to be gone, and you're going to be at the bottom, and then you're not going to know what they did. And you're going to be like, oh, no. Like, what happened? So, yeah. But you being here, and you getting this message, it's like, okay, you got this. You got this. You got this. And it's not that, it's going to seem like a big chunk of your heart is missing at first. But once you're going to feel the difference once they're gone, though. And that difference, that space that you're going to have when they are gone, like when you start to get all of your power back and get all your energy back and you get to hone in on yourself, then, and that's another thing, don't be codependent. Don't feel like you need or depend on people, like, if they're that type of person, I feel like they're that type of person, like, you don't even want to go to the store without them type of person. Listen, it's good for you too. You're going to also grow and benefit from this. But anything, like I said before, anytime something is taken away, something better is put in its place. Period. You're going to have somebody that's going to fulfill you in a different type of way. You're going to have and you don't need it, but if you do want so in the future, you will have someone who deserves to be your friend, deserves to be in your circle, in your space. So yeah, so don't fear letting this go, okay? But let it go. Yeah, you gotta let this one go. It's a lot of, it's cutting season. My goodness, it's cutting season. And then we have the Magician at the bottom of the deck. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Do your thing. You got this. Everything's working in your favor, though. Everything's working, including receiving this message. Everything's working in your favor. And I just shuffled. Now, mind you, y'all, I shuffled quite well. I shuffled very, very well, okay? And I just got Temperance that came back out. And I just feel like it's going to be a lot of healing. It's a lot of healing. And Temperance just came out again. It just came out again. Okay, I'm gonna put these cards back. Put these cards back. They've said what they said. I'm not gonna shuffle because I always do that too. I shuffle real good, and I put them back. So when I pull them out the next day and I still shuffle, you know what I mean? I make sure I shuffle. Okay, that's the whole point. Just to make sure. Mind you, it's a lot of cards in this deck. If you look up how many cards in the tarot deck. Okay. It's a lot of options, all right. So if the same one comes out, that you'll see why. I'm not gonna say nothing. You'll just see why. It's better for you to just get a visual. But you'll see why we're amazed. Well, at least me, when the card comes out again. But anyway, so I'm actually gonna pull from my Ancestral deck here, And just in case you guys who haven't heard any previous episodes, or probably missed that one, or probably forgot, that my ancestral deck is actually my hoodoo tarot deck that I use, but I call them my ancestral deck because I feel like my ancestors are very, very connected to that deck, and they seem to really get messages across very well with that deck to me, and I love it. Okay, so let me shuffle, finish up on these ones, put these back. My Angels and Ancestral Oracle deck here, and then we'll go into the hoodoo tarot. Yeah, so I usually am done by now, but I just, for some reason, I feel like there's energy lingering. There's a message that needs to come out here. Okay, so I got Miss Robinson in my ancestral deck here. They came out in my ancestral deck. And I love telling the story. Miss Robinson comes out a lot for me when I'm doing like personal readings too. And I love the story. Well, I won't say I love the story. Because well, I do love the story. It's a little. It's a tad. So warning here. Warning. It's a little dark. Okay, it's a little dark. And I'm gonna try my best to get the story across without going into some details. Because some details I'm not too sure. And since I shared this on multiple platforms, I'm not sure what they're gonna go for. So keep that and bear that in mind. That if this was a personal reading, I was talking to you personally, I could really just go ahead and give the whole thing. But since I'm on here and different platforms have different standards, I can't say certain things. So I'm gonna have to replace those with other words, and I hope you catch them. So yeah, so Miss Robinson. And this is the last common proof for this one, and I'm gonna go. But yeah. Oh, and I'm also running out of time, so let me hurry this up. Okay, so Miss Robinson she was a lady that lived in this town. And I'm not gonna lie, from the picture and everything, and from the story itself, I want to say that this is like, let's say this is way back when, like this is like early 1900s, like late 1800s, something like that. It's what I assume from the fashion and everything like that from the picture. So Miss Robinson was a woman who used to do spiritual work. She used to do, certain. I think she also did readings and stuff like that. She did a lot of healing and things like that, tarot readings. I think she did like bone throwing, and I also throw bones as well, but I haven't done it in a while. And I'm glad that it came up just now because I do feel like I need to get back into bone throwing. But yeah, so she used to do work, and things like that, what we call like the neighborhood witch, the neighborhood worker, healer, whatever you want to call it, shaman, whatever term you want to use for it. There's so many different terms for it. But yeah, people used to come to her, for cleansing and things of that nature. And and bear in mind, there was still like, segregation to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Like, there's still a bit of like racism, so they were somewhat separate. And she had a lady who was at the time considered, I guess you could say, higher rank standards or whatever. It's hard for me to say without help, but there was a little racism there. And she would tell people, and you know what, I'm just gonna take that out. It was two ladies, okay? I'm just gonna keep it like that. So there were two females, right? One was Miss Robinson, who did her works, and she used to help people, and then there was this other lady. Now, the other lady would go and talk about Miss Robinson to people. She would say, she's this, she's that, and you shouldn't go to her. And so Miss Robinson started to lose customers, right? And so she was like, she warned the lady. She's like, you need to stop, like, I don't understand why you don't like me. Like, I didn't do anything to you, but what I want you to understand is that this is my way of living. Like, this is how I make my living. And, that's how she fed herself, whatever the case may be. And, well, the lady didn't listen. And Miss Robinson let her know that if you don't listen to, my warning, then it's not going to turn out well for you. And the lady still didn't listen. And so Miss Robinson may have had a hand in the other individuals, one of their, uh, someone they gave, I don't want to say the actual word, but one of their offspring, I think that's better than, had had been unalived, right? And so Miss Robinson had the obituary and was across the street from I want to say it was from the funeral home, or it was like the day of the funeral. It was either their house or like the funeral home. And she pretty much was waving at the lady from across the street and holding up the obituary. And I'm not gonna go into the details. But the lady realized what was going on and realized what happened, and let's just say she had no more trouble, of course, out of the lady, right? Now, it's like when you, in other words, what the story is pretty much, it just goes into what I was saying, like with certain people, and it does sound a little dark, but if I could really go into detail and explain the way I wanted to, you'll get a different concept of it, because it's not like, I can't say it was an actual situation because I don't know. And I'm not saying that I like the story because of that, like, because, revenge is not that particular energy, right? So you gotta look at it from a different perspective. It's pretty much like, as far as the situation went, it's pretty much like give and take. Like I always talk about cause and effect, or if the pendulum swings left, you gotta swing right. And what I'm saying is, look, it pretty much boils down, because I really want to go into it so bad. So you don't get the wrong impression. But what I'm going to say is, this particular person, going back to that, this particular person, like karma misses no one, right? It's pretty much a karma type of thing. And you can't hold on, because when you hold on to people that do things to you, they're going to still have their karma, and you don't want to be around for that, okay? You do not want to deal, so it's like, leave it alone. You do not want to be around when the payback comes for what they're doing or have done to you. And so, what goes around comes around to, always good or bad, right? And you won't have to worry about that person, but you will have to worry about yourself if you don't let it go. Like, so let it go. Do not let that be do not let that connection be your downfall, yo. For sure. But yeah, so I got like 2 minutes. But yeah, that's about it. And okay. I'm over here shuffling. I'm gonna leave it alone. Now, if I do feel like there's a part 2 for this, then I still feel like there's something lingering there, and I haven't put my finger on it. I feel like there's still something. But I'm running out of time. But if I do feel like I need to make a part 2, if you want a part 2, or if you personally just are interested or intrigued, like if you feel the same way I do, because I feel like there may be some of you that baby feeling the same way, like it's something else, right? It's just something else, like it's just something. Then let me know, and we can talk about it. We can work on it, or I can put some cards for you. So just let me know. And I gotta go. So I love you guys because I have no reason not to, and I hope you really, really enjoy the rest of your day.